If you missed today's math lesson, today is April 21st, the Tuesday. Here's what we did quickly, just so you feel like you're caught up and didn't miss much. So we started with a conversation about all of these different shapes together, and kids decided which shape does not belong. So if you'd like to think about this, go ahead and click pause and think about there is one oddball out in this picture. Which is it and why? Click pause now. All right, hopefully you figured out that three of these have something in common and that they are quadrilaterals. Quadrilaterals have, remember, four sides. Quad means four. So there's only one shape that does not have four sides. And of course, it's that triangle in the bottom right corner. That is the oddball out. It does not belong. A square, a trapezoid, and a rhombus, however, then we had a surprise message. It was just Cuckoo Kangaroo had sent a cute shout out. It was supposed to be mostly for you guys, but they made it more for me. But still cool to see them talk about our third grade class. All right, then we just got into, we did two quick problems today. It was a quick math. We talked about first rounding and estimating. So your job is to read this problem and either agree or disagree with Callie and Nathan. I'll read it to you, then you can click pause. So Callie and Nathan were helping the school librarian organize bookshelves. They counted 125 books about mammals, 285 books about amphibians, and 309 books about reptiles. Callie said that when rounded to the nearest hundred, there are about 600 books altogether. Nathan disagreed. Do you agree or disagree with Callie or Nathan? Why? And explain. So your job is to round, add, and see if you agree or disagree, but make sure you have a reason why. Go ahead and click pause and figure it out before I tell you what's next. All right, hopefully you were able to round each number to the nearest hundred. There's two ways you can think about it. So in 125 right here, you can think, is 125 closer to 100 or closer to 200? Well, 150 is halfway, so 125 is closer to 100. Or you can use the rounding rule that we learned in class. Rounding to the nearest hundred means I look at the hundreds place and I look next door. 1 through 4 stay on the floor, 5 through 9 climb the vine. Well, the 1 looks next door and sees a 2. The 2 says 1 through 4 stay on the floor, therefore the 1 stays, therefore it's 100. Okay, hopefully you rounded 285. That is definitely closer to 300. Again, if the 2 looks next door, it's telling him to climb the vine to 3. 309, look next door, telling you to stay on the floor, so 300. When you add 300 plus 300 plus 100, you should get 700. Therefore, Nathan is correct, not Callie. Next problem. We said, or I'm sorry, not we, Sarah says that 1/2 is equal to 3/6. Her friends tell her she is incorrect because those fractions have very different numbers. Do you agree with Sarah? Why or why not? Can you draw a picture to prove it? Here's where kids got tripped up before you press pause and try this on your own. When you draw, we did 2 pies, but your 2 pies have to be exactly the same size for you to really compare if something's equal or not. So right now on your piece of paper, draw 1 pie and split it in half. Draw the other pie and split it into 6, but make sure your pies are the same. Go ahead and click pause and do that on your own now. Good. All right, so you should have seen that if you split 1 pie, so let's say Sarah was eating a pie and she cut it into 2 equal pieces, but ate one of those pieces in 1 bite. First of all, that's a giant bite, but she ate 1/2 of a pie. If Lizzie took the other pie and cut it into 6 equal pieces, they're smaller pieces, right? But how many did she eat of these 6 equal pieces? She ate 3. So if you shaded in 3, you should see that 1/2, the amount that Sarah ate, and 3/6, the amount that Lizzie ate, are the same amount of pie. Okay? Lizzie just took smaller bites. So then we started talking about as a class, what else is equal to 1/2? And kids started to find the pattern that if you take the denominator, half of the denominator is your numerator. So half of 6 is 3, half of 2 of 1 is 1. So they said, what about 4/8? 4/8 is equal to 1/2 because half of 8 is 4. What about 5/10? And we kept going and going. 6/12, 10/20, 100/200. How many can you figure out and can you draw a picture of it? Thanks. I hope I see you tomorrow.